God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. Whether it's the creator, the universe, or life, he'll put hardships and obstacles in your path. You'll need to become who you're meant to be. If you're watching this video, it's not a coincidence. God has an important message for you. There will be times when you wonder what you've done to deserve this, when you'll be overwhelmed by the suffering that comes into your life and makes you want to quit. But always remember that the hardest moments are actually the ones that you will learn from the most. Embrace these moments because God is teaching you how to stay resilient and persevere in life. You never realize how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Soon you will realize that some of your greatest pains will become your greatest strengths. So remember, don't let the pains and hardships take over your life. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find your true strength.
The more you think about yourself, the more miserable you are. There's no distinction between being self-conscious and being miserable. They're statistically identical. As soon as you become aware of yourself, you're anxious and hurt. Right. So then you might think, well, the cure for that is to not think about yourself. No, the cure for that is to think about other people. You exist in relationship to other people.
And I think you hit on one of the other reasons why I wanted to be married and wanted to be married young and didn't want to waste time doing that is because I wanted something that was more important than my career. I wanted something that was more important than
Why is it more important than your career?
Because it is the foundation upon which all of that is built.
On your gravestone, the only thing separating your birth date and your death date is literally just a dash. No list of accomplishments, there's no failures on it, there's no highlights in your life. Nobody cares. In 500 years, nobody's gonna remember that one embarrassing thing you did, that one failure you had. Bro, I'm gonna try and be as cliche as possible. Bro, just follow your dreams. Like, there's no point in not. Why would you not? Life is so short, it's represented as a dash on your gravestone and you're worried about what other people will think, bro. Shoot the shot, bro. Shoot the shot.
This is something that my dad taught me that has helped me a lot in my marriage. I've been married for 8 years, but my mom and dad have been married for 40 years. And this is just the way that my dad is. He didn't necessarily sit me down and give me this lecture, but he always is one to look for the good in any situation or with any relationship or person he interacts with. He has such a positive outlook on people and his life. And I think that that is a beautiful way of living your life. So my dad's famous line to his daughters, his married daughters now, is, your husbands do so much right. They do so much good. Can you just focus on that? And I hear those words ringing in my head anytime I'm about to get mad at my husband for not doing something or nag him for the things that they don't do. It's so easy to do that, but I think looking for the good that they do, looking for the good that your kids do, looking for the good in your life, it's just such a better way to live. And I'm really grateful my dad showed me how to live like that. And as I'm thinking about this, I know that my grandma was like this. So I know that my dad naturally is more inclined to look at the positive side of things because that's how my grandma was. So it's just so powerful if you can be the change, because then your kids will just naturally speak like that. And then their kids will, and it's just can really affect generations. This sounds so cheesy.
To all my fat girls who wants to be skinny, it's time. It's time that you start living for you. It's time for you to start healing and seeing how fucking powerful you are. It's time that you step into your power and call yourself out on your fucking bullshit. It's not gonna be easy. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. It is not easy, but it is worth it. And you are worth it. And if you don't have anyone in your corner, you got me, babe. I'm in your back corner. I'm rooting for you. And I know you can do this.
I honestly don't think people realize how fucking confident that you become when you finally lose the weight and get into great shape. You instantly gain other people's respect. You feel happy and confident inside yourself for achieving that goal that you set out. But most importantly, you gain your own self-respect and you finally have control over your fucking life. When you finally prove to yourself that you can achieve what you set your mind to, confidence just fucking booms.
My dad told me something today that I will never forget. He told me about the philosophy called amor fati, which means the love of fate. In other words, accepting everything as it is right now in your life and deciding to love it and accept it as things that are happening for a reason. Obviously in our lives, there are things that happen at given times and we're like, why would this happen? Or this is hard, or this isn't going the way that I want it to go. But this philosophy states, what if we just decide, I'm going to accept this. I'm going to choose to love everything that's presenting in my life, whether it looks the way I want it to look or whether it doesn't. And I'm going to believe firmly, this is serving me in some way. If it's showing up in my life, it is serving me in some way. And it might not be in the way that I thought. I feel like things might be going wrong, but that's based off my limited perspective. But if I decide to love my fate, that means I love what's happening right now, because maybe, just maybe, it's the soil that's helping me grow. Maybe it's getting me from point A to point B. Maybe a story so much better than my own cognitive understanding is being blossomed out of this present moment. I choose to love the now. I choose to love my fate and trust in the fate that's unfolding on behalf of my beautiful life. Amor fati.
I read a pretty life-changing quote today. The quote said that the secret to success isn't finding a secret or figuring out something that nobody else knows. It's actually doing the things that everybody knows to do that are boring and repetitive and that people are just simply too undisciplined to do. And that hit for me, which is why I'm now going to hot Pilates even though I'd rather saw my leg off.
It's on you.
You can't wait for everything to be okay to live your life.
You can never lose faith.
You're not as far away from these dreams as you think you are.
It's time to get back to work.
I will never quit.
I'm going to win.
You can outwork anybody. You should be a monster.
Don't blame any other person or any other thing.
Cowards do that and that ain't you.
Fortify your mind and feel this level of happiness as you rise.
That's how you grow.
Say to yourself, it's not over until I win. That's how winning is done.
A lot of people are getting divorced. I see it, I hear it every single day. I've been married 20 years, and if there's one thing I can share that will ensure a healthy marriage, assuming it was healthy to begin with, it's the little things. You can go your whole marriage with just the little things and not even one big thing, but you can never sustain a marriage with occasional big things and no little things. This goes for men and women as well, each one in their own department. Here are a few things we've done that have had a huge impact on our marriage. 1, touch your spouse. And I don't mean intimately, I don't have to tell you that. Walk by them, touch their shoulders or their hair. It seems so simple, but the person receiving it feels like they've just gotten a warm blanket around them. Hold hands, hug them. My husband comes home from work, I hug him. He needs it, I need it. 2, you need to make a constant, conscious effort to act the way you did in the beginning. It's amazing how at the beginning, nothing bothers us. Everything is cute. The way they eat, the way they snore, the way they walk. Fast forward 10 years and you're like, why are you breathing so hard? Guilty. You have to try as much as possible to stop yourself from doing this because no one likes to be critiqued. It sucks your soul. Remind yourself that whatever bothers you will pass and just try to be more tolerant. 3, make an effort to keep looking good. Now, this is the rule, not the exception. Obviously, you need to be yourself. If you just give birth, I'm not telling you walk out like a supermodel. I've been doing this since I'm married. I don't change what I'm wearing until my husband comes home and sees me. I'm not in my pajamas when he comes home. I'm always looking like this. Even if I'm cooking, doesn't matter. He comes home, he sees what I look like, and then at some point during the night, I'll change. 4, keep surprising each other with little things. Now, if you were never like this to begin with, you can't make somebody what they're not. Don't let your relationship become practical. Yes, it's smarter to give cash for birthdays and have her go buy whatever she wants or vice versa. But it is so much more impactful to have somebody think about what they should give you and go and make you feel like you've been thought about. You always want to feel like your marriage is in its infancy. 5, check-ins, work permitting. I still know every day what my husband has for lunch. He calls me every day to tell me. calls throughout the day just to say hi, not because you need anything. Life isn't easy, so have fun. Cook together, walk together, be friends, be best friends. Little things keep the bond, the integrity. The big things are temporary highs. It's not enough and it won't sustain the marriage.
You should be viewing every single thing that happens in your life as a learning experience. Every good thing you do, every bad thing you do, the things you do to people, the things people do to you, regardless of the situation, there is always something embedded in there that you can use to make you better. And if you do that, if you view every single interaction, every single situation that you encounter as a learning experience, you will never lose, because most people are just coasting through life, completely asleep at the wheel, not paying attention to anything that goes on, not looking for lessons, not trying to improve, and they view every single situation that they encounter as just what happens to them. And those people will always blame two things before they ever blame themselves. They will blame someone else or their circumstances. And if you can just skip those two and look for the thing that you could do better in every single situation, you will always win no matter what.
When I was 14 or 15 years old, I was driving in the car with my family and it was cold and windy. So I asked my dad to roll up the window. He said, no, put your sweater on. And I said, no, just roll the windows up. It's cold. He said, put your sweater on and adjust yourself first. I thought that was like the dumbest thing ever. And I don't remember anything else about the incident. Fast forward maybe like 10, 12 years later, I'm camping with my little family, my husband and young kids, and his parents. We're up in the UNS, we're in our camper, it's cold, morning comes, and he goes outside with his dad, and I'm inside with the kids sleeping. So they wake up, I wake up, and I start thinking of all the things that need to be done. We need to get the kids dressed, get breakfast, get stuff packed for the day, and I start getting irritated. And I'm getting irritated with my husband. And I'm like, he's just out there enjoying himself. And I am in here and I have all this stuff to do and I want his help. Now, note, if I had asked him at all, he would just say, yes, come and help me. He had no idea that I was awake and thinking up all these problems and stuff in my head. So I start going to the door and I'm about to totally embarrass myself by yelling like, hello, get in here. I need help. We need help. And right as I get to the door and touch the door handle, my dad's voice comes back to me and it says, adjust yourself first. And I'm like, how? Like what? That doesn't even make sense. And then the thought comes, put your socks on, go put your bra on, go get dressed for the day, go and brush your teeth. So I'm like, okay, fine. Like, let's do this. So I go back, I get dressed, I get socks and shoes on, and then I calmed down in that time and realized I wanted to be in there and it was easier alone. Like I was just slowly getting the kids ready, slowly getting the food together. And then as soon as I was ready, I just opened the door and was like, hey babe, I got the food. And I totally avoided a huge blow up that I almost caused because I was uncomfortable. So, and I didn't even realize it at the time. So I did not learn to listen to my body. And I don't know, maybe it's a common thing. Everyone really does learn it. But I realized that if I'm feeling upset or irritated, usually it's not actually at the situation that's like irritating or upset, making me upset. It's because I'm not comfortable. So 3 things. If my feet are cold, I'm instantly irritated. If I need to go to the bathroom, I'm irritated. And if I'm hungry, I'm irritated. So anytime I start feeling that, like, heavy breathing and like feeling like frustrated, like I want to freak out, I say to myself, adjust yourself first. And I'll go to my room, put on socks, I'll go to the bathroom, I'll do my makeup, I'll do my hair, whatever it is. I will adjust myself first, and then I'm usually more calm to like go address the issue or the situation. So I have an idea for like 1 week or 1 day, if 1 week seems too hard. I want you to, if you're starting to feel upset or you're starting to feel frustrated, say to yourself in your mind, adjust yourself first, and then think of any way that you could get yourself feeling more comfortable, and then be able to like calmly. And it might be so simple as like take deep breaths, or go change your clothes, or do your hair, do your makeup. Like, it's going to be so different for every person, but I just feel like if we can adjust ourselves and make ourselves more comfortable, we can be more tolerable people to be around and more like kind, helpful people too. So I don't know. What do you think? Have you ever had that thought, or do you just think it's bogus? What do you think? Let me know.
Every second of your life, no matter how challenging it may seem, when life gives you 1,000 reasons to cry, remember that it also offers you 1,000,000 reasons to smile. Keep your heart open to the joy that each new day brings. Write wise in the comment section, and I'll send my favorite quotes to the first 15 of you. Embrace the laughter of children, the warmth of a friend's smile, the comforting hug from a loved one, and the soothing whispers of nature. Let these moments fill your spirit with light and color, turning ordinary days into a mosaic of happiness. Life is a beautiful journey. Dance in the rain, bask in the sunshine, and cherish every breath you take. After all, every small joy weaves into a tapestry of memories that will one day be your greatest treasure. Life is a symphony of moments, each note a melody of laughter, each pause a breath of serenity. In the grand orchestration of existence, find your rhythm, dance to your own beat, and let the music of your soul resonate with the beauty of the world around you.
Don't get this concept. If you are in love with this person that you are with, why are you not trying to change for them? Why are you not trying to do better? Why do you feel like everything that they want you to do to better yourself for the relationship is a sign of them trying to either control you or pick a fight with you? Because look, if you're looking at it that way, then it's basically like you not willing to hold on to this relationship. That's basically saying that you don't value this relationship as much as they do. Because you got to think about it. Somebody that wants you that much and is there voicing these things to you and wanting you to do better is a person that definitely cares and loves you and wants to keep the relationship going. Because if they didn't, they would not be asking you to do better. I mean, every person that is in a relationship that actually wants to hold on to their relationship has to do better in any way. Okay, you have to do better regardless of whatever it is. If you've cheated before, if you have lied before, whatever, you still have to go and try to better yourself for the relationship. So why are you not trying to grow?